Hey guys, back with more chess. Let's get into it. No more intro than that. We are playing against C1979TX Junior Chump or Champ. I'm gonna call him Chump. 1979 Chump. And again, we're in another close Sicilian game. This guy's lower rated than we are by a couple of points, which means we're gonna win. Logic. Cool nonsense. Ha ha ha. That was bad, I'm sorry. I'll have a better pun. The Hearthstone video will have a great pun. I already thought of the title. You'll see it, don't you worry. So, we're in another 15-minute game, and somebody suggested to me that I should play some different time controls, because I always play 15-minute. So, maybe next episode I'll just play some of these 5-minute games up here, and just play more games in one episode. Because one-episode games couldn't get pretty boring, I guess. Seeing a multitude of different games might be more fun. So I might do that. It's probably a good idea. Because I usually play pretty fast anyway, unless there's something to think about. And the reason I'm playing so fast right now is because I know this opening somewhat well. Well, not well, but I know it well enough to know what I'm supposed to be doing here. This is a very typical position in this opening. This is what's supposed to happen if everything goes to plan. But sometimes one side, either white or black, will just do something crazy and go off the main lines. But this one is main line, so no worries about that. So I play this opening because in this line you literally do this. You throw everything at his king side, which is fun. Very, very fun. Doop 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 doop. Okay, he wants to take my c2 pawn after he trades bishops. I take back and then he takes c2. So I'm going to take his, so that my queen doesn't have to move her butt nowhere. My queen is happy sitting pretty. And then we'll kick that knight off of that central square. This is still pretty standard stuff. Usually the idea when he puts his knight on d4 is to play your c knight to e2, since it's going to have to move there pretty soon anyway after he plays b5, b4. So, I'm basically just nullifying the effect of b5, because then he doesn't have that b4 tempo. So, in effect, it's just wasting his time. Which is always good in a chess game. You waste their time, accelerate your plans before theirs, and murder him. It's that simple. That little jingle's in my head. It's Centuries by Fall Out Boy. Those are literally the lyrics. Do 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 do. Some heavens are told. And he traded the nights with me. Hey, la, oh, hey. Alright. So, I'm going to start explaining my thought process instead of singing pop songs. So, my future plans are to play f4, and then g4, and then f5, so that we can try and trade off these pawns and open up this g-file for us so we can get the rook in there and start mating him. So that's perfectly fine with me, I think. Yeah, that's okay. If he doesn't take on f4 and give me that f5 stuff, what do I do? Can I play f5 anyway? It's a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure. Actually, I can, because I can play f5, take, give him a check, he'll go back, and then I can take. And then go rook g8. And then I don't think I can defend that pawn. So, probably not quite yet. Actually, yeah, I can. Just play queen h4, and if he takes, I can castle. That would be nice. Okay. Now we can play f5. And if he takes it... Oh, no! Oh, I'm playing too fast. I shouldn't be doing this. I thought I could play queen g5. But it's still fine, because if he takes, then I can play g4. Ooh, I got lucky. I got bailed out, man. Alright, slow down. We gotta play a little slower. Start thinking more. Don't make mistakes. Was that a mistake on his part? Oh, well, I guess after takes, he can play queen h4 check. And then move his knight away. Well, no, he can't. He can play knight g3, takes, and then I take the bishop. I think he made a mistake. Let's see. What is your master plan? Explain it to me. Mere mortal. Wait, what did I just do? Oh my god, I'm drunk. I had to take the pawn first. What am I doing? What in God's name? Oh, I'm drunk, guys. I'm sorry. Wow, what the fuck? I'm drunk. I'm not actually drunk. I'm not even old enough to drink. But this is uncomfortable. Alright, well. Let's make out of it what we can. Well, now we're just down 2 pawns for pretty much nothing. Talk about a really rough start. What do we do now? I don't know. Well, actually, if he takes g4, I think he loses a piece. Because after takes, queen takes, because the rook's attacking, bishop h3. He's got to move his queen to a square where he's defending his knight. Or else I just take the bishop and then take the knight after he takes back. So he has 1 square, 2 squares actually now that I look at it. He can go queen g6, and after queen g6, I can just play rook g1, attacking his, or pinning his queen, which is really good. But if he plays queen h4, what do I do? Rook g1 check, maybe? Then he just moves his king, so what? Huh. Yeah, I think he's safe to do it. Damn. Oh, but then I could go for perpetual. I could just keep shuffling my bishop back and forth between h3 and g2. And then he can't defend his knight, or he has to go through with my queen g6 stuff. So I might be actually able to salvage a draw out of this, if he takes that. But if he doesn't take that, I mean, I can just take the pawn and be even-ish. I'll still be down a pawn, but at least it won't be terrible. Oh, why was I playing so fast, man? I played g4. I'm a moron. Whatever. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. What song is that? Oh, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. The timeless classic. Ha ha ha. Well, he's certainly taking his time. Maybe he's looking at the taking g4 stuff. I've already looked at it though, my friend. And I think it's fine for me. It's good for me even, not fine. Well, you gotta do something or you're just gonna flag. Okay. Let's see. We gotta take that back. And then what's to stop us from just taking this pawn after that? My bishop's defended. What's to stop me? Don't think anything. Which pawn should I take with, though? This one, he could play rook g8, and that would be pretty dangerous for me. This one opens my bishop pretty nicely and puts his queen in a rough spot. So that seems to be the best option here. It also keeps pressure on his king, because I have queen g5, f6 stuff if I really wanted it. So that's not a bad option. I could force a draw if I wanted it. Queen g5, queen f6, queen g5, queen f6. Or if he moves his queen out of here at some point, I can do that. With check, king h8, queen f6, king g8, take his pawn, forking his rooks. But it's defensible. Since his king's already on g8, he can just move his rook. But it's still good for me, making him move his pieces to bad squares, because then I also get the c5 pawn. But then again, his queen can just retreat and take the g5 square up if he just goes to h4. Which I expect he will, because you don't want to leave your queen in a place like that. It's all alone and lonely. Oh, that takes up the g5 square too. But at the same time, it kind of messes up his queen a little bit. Like, if he goes to h4, where's he going to go from there? So we're just going to play this to make sure he can't run to f4 or anything. I'm going to make his queen have a very rough life. Maybe she'll suicide, if we're lucky. That sounds really dark, wanting somebody to suicide. But it helps me win the game if she does. So, no regrets, bitch. Go suicide. Jump off a bridge. Drink some bleach. Ha ha. That made me think of Coca-Cola's Make It Happy. Loser! That stupid trailer, if no one knows what I'm talking about. Alright, he's trying to cut off my strong bishop. A decent plan, a decent plan. Yas. What to do? Could play rook f3, but he just goes to h4, no big deal for him. Huh. Well, putting my bishop on e6 would be really annoying for him to deal with. It doesn't do much, but it does keep those mating threats alive with the diagonal being taken. And I don't really want to trade bishops, so I think that's a decent idea. But then it drops this pawn. No, it doesn't drop that pawn, because if I do that and he takes the pawn, I can just play rook h1, queen takes g4, queen h6 check, and then king h8, and that's mate. So yeah, it's a trap. Take the pawn. Oh, but it's check after he takes on g4. Again with the playing too fast. I'm stupid. Yep, he just takes, rook h1, takes, king moves, queen g5. Okay, apparently he didn't see the stuff either. So, let's make sure it's not a check. Let's bail. Yeah, let's do that. Bail! But now if he plays bishop c6, I'm going to have to take it. Because if I move the bishop, then he can just take h3 with no consequence. Because then I can't play rook h1 anymore. Alright, maybe he just doesn't notice the pawns hanging. That would be something. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Now if he plays bishop c6, I can get my queen there. Sure, he'll get all his stuff here, but I don't think I mind. Alright, looks like he's not playing bishop c6. Looks like he's not putting his bishop anywhere, because his bishop sucks. So let's do this. Stop any bishop b5 maneuvers. If he plays b5, I get the open rook, which would be devastating for his backline, because he really has all his pawns pushed up, so he'll have nothing to defend his 7th rank. So I hope he plays b5. Alright, he's going to play a5. Same thing, though. If he plays b5, he'd have to take with the rook, bishop c4, force the rook away, take the pawn, etc., etc. Alright. So which of my pieces is bad? My king's terrible. So let's relocate. Let's move him over here. Give ourselves this rook battery over here. Help our position out a little bit. He's also running low on time. We're clearly not, because we've played fast as fuck the entire game. Because we're morons, and it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm hyper, so... It's too late to think. Both ways. It's too late time-wise, and it's too late for this game. It's also too late to apologize. That's another pop song. My rooks are pretty bad. I'd like to play h4, g5 at some point. That would be cool. Would help my mating a lot, because my bishop does have this really strong diagonal, setting up some pretty cool mate threats. But I'd have to get his queen out of the way. Well, that gets his queen out of the way. Thank you for reading my mind and helping my plans. Please come again. Stupid. I really do not get his username, though. What's SE? What could SE possibly be? Because it's got to be something like, whatever SE is, 1979 Texas Junior Champion. SE. Well, if it was 1979, he's what now? Pretty old. Maybe he's a senior? Keep thinking senior enlisted. ROTC's gotten the best of me. Senior? No, it's not senior. He can't be that old. I don't know. Why am I wondering? SE could be anything I want it to. It could be Sex Ed Junior Champion. It could be anything. How do you become a champion at Sex Ed? Having sex during class? Don't know. So my plans, my master evil plans, are to play g5. Enough said. g5 just like mates him pretty much if he lets me do it. He also can't stop me at this point. Queen d4 was not a good idea. I pretty much play g5 no matter what he does. If he plays queen e3 to try and protect g5, I just bring my a rook over here to e1. And then he can't hold that diagonal. Right, there's the b5. Can we ignore him? I believe so. Let's just go g5. And if he takes h4, what happens? Do I care? No, not at all. If he takes h4, I just take with check. He has to take back with the king, and then queen g6 mate. If he doesn't take back with the king, I play queen g7 mate. So I don't care about your threats. Shove them up your ass. If I may be candid. And if he takes on a4, I take on h6, and let's mate. Same threat as before. Okay, he just threw the game. Goodbye, my friend. You can resign now. No matter where he goes, it's mate. If he moves his king anywhere, that's not taking the pawn, I play queen g7 mate. If he takes the pawn, I play queen g6 mate. And that is how you play when you're down material. Mate him. I may be drunk, but I can still mate people. This has got to be the lamest quote anyone's ever said. Wow, that sounded better in my head. Whatever, it's alright. 'Cause it's alright, it's okay. 'Cause we're gonna mate him anyway. And he resigns. Good game, my friend. Well, I'm out of things to say. See you in the next video. Peace.